Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to use Anki for Mandarin flashcards. It works really well. There's a Mandarin plugin that will automate a lot of it for you. So I'll show you how it works once it's going, and then I'll show you how to get it ready. So to make a new card, all you have to do is type the pinyin that you want to make the card for. And then when you hit tab, it'll autofill the rest of these boxes, including a sound bite from Google Translate so that you have audio of how to say that word. Um, I added this image box so that you can just drag from the internet an image and drop it there, and it'll add it to your card. And I can show you how to do that later. I usually will delete all but one definition. That way it's not confusing or overwhelming. So what that's done is it's created four different cards for me. It's created one will show me the characters, and I have to say what it is in English. One will show me the pinyin, I have to say what it is in English. One will show me the English, I have to say what it is in Chinese. And one will play the sound, and I have to say what it is. And it's super easy to set up. So that's how long it took to make four cards. I can make four cards each for 15 words in under 3 or 4 minutes. Very easy. And then Anki has this really good spaced repetition where it will remind you of words that you studied a long time ago. And it has these stats that keep track of how you're doing. So if you know a word really well, it comes really easily. It won't show you it for a few days or a few weeks. The next time you get it right, it'll be a month. The next time it'll be 6 months. And then if you forget it, it'll start showing you more often. It's called spaced repetition, and I found it to be the best way to learn languages. And I really, really recommend the way that Anki does it. It's just a little daunting and confusing at first because of how outdated the UI looks on Anki. But once you figure it out, it's really pretty easy. So on Mac or PC, let me turn off my Chinese keyboard. You can just search for Anki download, click it, download the app. Super easy. Then when you open it, it'll look like this, except this will be blank. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to search for Anki Chinese support, and you're looking for this one, Chinese support 3. And you can scroll down to the bottom, or you could just look at my screen, and you're going to use this number to download this extension. So I'll highlight it here. I'm going to go to Anki. I'm going to go to Tools, Add-ons, Get Add-on, type in the code, and then click OK. I'm going to click cancel since I already have Chinese installed, but you'll click OK. It'll probably tell you that you need to restart Anki. So go ahead and restart the app, and then when it starts up, you'll be ready. So after you install the add-on, you should now have up here where it says Chinese, that should be enabled. So the first thing you want to do is create a deck, name it whatever you want. I've made this Chinese demo. You can also make subdecks, which you can see I've done here. So I like to do it this way because I put all my lesson 1 vocab here, my lesson 2 vocab here, my lesson 3 vocab here. They're all under Mandarin. So if I click Mandarin to study, it's going to give me all of these. But if I just want to learn this week's vocab, then I'll just click IC lesson 3. And that way I don't get presented with my old vocab that's now on recall, where it's representing it to me. So make a Chinese demo, click that. And then once you're in there, you're going to click add. This is to add a new card. The first thing you'll need to do is change this type. It'll probably be set to basic. Change it to Chinese basic. Don't mess around with Chinese advanced. It's super confusing. I have never figured it out. So you click Chinese basic. The deck that you wanted to be in, right now I have a Chinese demo. And then this is very important. This button might not be selected. This is the add-on. So you need to click this button. It needs to be blue. Otherwise, the next part won't work. Okay. So then you turn on your Pinyin keyboard. If you need help on how to do that, you can find YouTube videos, or you can even just use a translating app like Google Translate and just copy and paste the Hans into here. Then you would put the character that you want. I'm going to do Ni Hao. I'm going to hit 1. I'm going to hit Tab. It'll autofill. The reason why this is red is I already have Ni Hao in my deck, so it's warning me that I've made a duplicate. So once I click add, it's going to add this to my deck. Um, and for the basics, that's how it'll work. It'll be super simple. But if you want to make multiple cards like I do, where it's making one presenting the characters, one presenting the pinyin, one presenting the English, and one presenting the sound, I'll show you how to do that next. So I'm going to discard this card. So if you want to make various types of cards, you go to this Tools, and you click Manage Node Types. You're then going to find Chinese Basic. And the first thing you'll want to do is click Fields if you want to add image. So I just clicked Add, I named a field Image, and I moved it down to number 6. So now it's made this box on the cards when I go to make a card. I'll show you really quick. Because I did that, there's a box down here named Image. Okay, so I know that that's where I need to put images. So once you've done that, go back to Manage Node Types, Chinese Basic, and then you're going to click Fields. I'm sorry, we already did Fields. You can click Cards. So this is card type 1. You'll only have one type of card when you start. So you want to add a second card type, you'll do Add Card Type, and then you'll say yes, and then you'll choose what you want to be on the front. So I've made a card type number 2 and named card type number 1 Pinyin first because I want to learn the Pinyin before I learn anything else. Card type 2 is Hanzi first. So you'll see here on my Pinyin first card, this is my front template. I have it show Pinyin. So I click on the back. So the front of the card will show me Pinyin on the card. Whatever is in the box called Pinyin is what it will show me. When I click the back template, I have show me Pinyin, English, Hanzi, and image. If I don't put an image in, it'll just be blank. And then this means automatically play the sound. Okay? I know it looks kind of confusing, but it's super simple once you start playing with it. So I made a new card type. I did options, add card type, and I made one called Hanzi first. So I took where it used to say Pinyin here, and I erased Pinyin and I wrote Hanzi. And on the back, I have it the same as before. Hanzi, English, image, Pinyin. This color, it's just a way that some people remember tones by doing colors instead of tone 1, 2, 3, and 4. I found it useful, but I don't really pay attention to it that much. Then I did add card type again. I did English first. So now I would create an English card where it will show me the English word on the front. And on the back, it'll show me English, Hanzi, Pinyin, color, and the image. And I did add card again. Do the same thing to show me the image first, where it's just going to show me a picture if there is one. And then the back, it'll have the other fields. And then finally, I did sound first, where it'll play the sound, show me no words. I just have to listen. And then on the back, it has the answers. Okay. So then when I go to study, let's close this. You end up on this page. I see I have 12 new cards here. I added 3 new words, created 4 cards for each of those, one from each field that I just mentioned. So if I was going to study Mandarin, I'd click Mandarin. It says I have 3 new cards plus 9 that it's saving for later. It's 3 new cards, and then each of those has 3 more. So it'll show me the Pinyin first for 1, 2, and 3. And then tomorrow, it'll show me the Hanzi for 1, 2, and 3. Then the day after tomorrow, the English 1, 2, and 3. And then the last day, the sound for 1, 2, and 3. I click Study Now. So here's the word in Pinyin. I click Show Answer, or you could hit the space bar.
非常
I say, how well did I know it? Do I need to see it again? Was it hard? Was it good? Or was it very easy? So this one I'll say was very easy. This one I'll
同
say
事
was good, but I didn't know it completely.
作
This one I'll say
业
is hard. So this is showing, it'll show me the card again in 6 minutes, in 10 minutes, or in 13 days. So that's how it's spaced repetition. So you'll see if I click hard on this one, the next time the easy it presents me won't be 13 days because it knows that I struggled the first time.
同
So
事
now it's 6 days for the one that I chose easy, or 4. So we'll say, okay, that was pretty good. 4 days.
作业
This one, which I had marked hard, now even if I click easy, it's going to show me in 2 days because it's learned that it wasn't super easy for me the first time I saw it. It'll continue to do this all the way through. If you have a card that you haven't seen for a year and you forget, it will present it to you more often since you forgot. Or if you knew it really well, then it won't show you again for 2 years or 4 years, on and on. And you could fine tune how long it goes in these settings. So if you click these settings, you could choose how many cards a day you show for new words, how many reviews, um, and then you could also make it, you want this enabled, bury new siblings. By enabling that, if you make a new card for Pinyin, it won't also show you the English, the Hanza, and the sound on the same day. You don't want to be reviewing all four of them the same day. You want them to be spaced out. So I would turn these settings on. Um, so yeah, that's how to make it work with the Mandarin plugin. There's some FAQ type stuff in here. But if you have any other questions, feel free to message me on WhatsApp or email me or catch me between class, and I'll help you. One of the common questions is, can I get this to work on my phone or my iPad? And it does work really well to study on your phone or your iPad, but the plugin to make these cards automatically with the Chinese support will only work on a PC, either Windows or Mac. But if you have an iPhone, you can either use Anki Web and it will show you in the web browser, or for $20, you could download the app. If you have an Android, the app is free. I can't remember what it's called, Anki Helper or something similar. But you could find both of them on Google. I love this app. I've used it now for three languages in what, 5 years. I really like the stats that it gives you. I really like the space repetition. Once you figure out how to add and um, stack decks like this, it's super helpful because then you could focus on when I'm on Monday, when I'm learning lesson four, I'll only study lesson four. And then once I'm ready and I've completed all of those, I'll go back to do Mandarin and I'll review all lesson one, two, and three. So yeah, we're at 12 minutes now. I'm going to stop talking. Let me know if you have any questions.